Yes, the guy being shot by the police. So he did all of that, and he went on the Twitter, and he was on the Twitter talking about how, you know, he has been pulled over multiple times while being drunk and intoxicated, and the police let him go, and how his black family never did a god-darn thing for him. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Please don't rub your hands on yourself. Okay, I'm sorry. So he was saying that he, you know, has had, like, his black family never did anything for him, never invested in any of his businesses, and he was pretty much raised by these white people, and they've always had his back, and they're the reasons why he has this.
You know, everybody
this
index.
What's the word I'm looking for? Why he has this what's the word he used? White girl fascination with country girls with big asses, he said.
I wasn't gonna be the failure.
He said that's the reason why he got this fascination, and how, you know, black all lives matter, and blah 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 blah. Which is why he was in a position of trying to shake the police officer's hand. With all the tension and animosity going on with the one time, I'm on the same fence as Lil Wayne, with him saying a white cop saved his life and hasn't been vocal based off his experiences. I was raised by the Malones and the Woodruffs in my hometown for a large amount of my youth, was my second family then, and still are in 2020, if I have to say anything. The amount of food they fed to me, they spent on me, outweighs any BS about race or color right now. I have family that's never done a damn thing for me or supported my business ventures, and they're my blood. They will forever be 1 million in my book, and they know who they are. They're to blame for my countryside addiction to white women, and I'm not complaining one bit. There were times I should have been detained for speeding, outstanding citations, outdated registration, dozing off at a red light before making it to my garage downtown Dallas after a long night out. I've passed the sobriety test after leaving a bar in Wiley, Texas, by 2 white cops still let me drive to where I was headed. And by the way, they consider Wiley, Texas to be very racist. I've never got that kind of energy from the popo. Not saying that Black lives don't matter, but don't forget about your own or your experiences through growth. That's waking up.
Officer now charged with murder. According to the affidavit that was prepared by an investigator with the Texas Rangers, the entire encounter between Lucas and Jonathan Price is all captured on the officer's body camera. The document indicates when Lucas arrived at the scene for reports of a possible fight in progress, Price extended his hand to the officer in a handshaking gesture and asked, "You doing good?" According to the affidavit, Lucas thought Price was intoxicated and attempted to detain him. That's when, according to the affidavit, Price said, "I can't be detained." The document states that Lucas grabbed Price's arm and made verbal commands. Price walked away, Lucas tased him, and Price appeared to reach for Lucas's taser. The officer fired his weapon 4 times, hitting Price in the torso.
Which is why he was in a position of, when they shook his hand, he went to go shake their hand, and they shoot him. Because he doesn't know who the enemy is. He doesn't know who the threat is. And that's the thing. When you sit here and you want to stick your head in the sand like you're a goddamn ostrich, and you want to act like you don't see what's really going on out here, that's to your detriment. Not to mention what I talked about before, where I feel like, you know, like I said, in the Haitian Revolution, the Haitians got rid of the black collaborators first because they snitched. So if we're sitting here, we're calling on all of us, I won't say all of us, but a lot of us who have strayed away from mainstream religion, we have been calling on the ancestors to guide us and to help us and to help us. And if the ancestors that won their war come to help us, what do you think will be their first move?
Be something that he's not.
So You know, it's not the time now to sit here and put your head in the sand, because you will be dealt with one way or another.
I'm slipping, I'm falling, meaning that's like a crap.
Because we can't have snitches in our community.
Addiction, for love.
We can't have snitches in our community, so you've got to go.
Music is the
You
one
see how
true
fast
thing
Herman Cain
that
passed away?
gives
Yo,
him his
they
identity,
diagnosed Herman
and
Cain
that keeps
with the
him
virus,
alive.
and he was dead in 2 weeks.
But Trump is cured in 3 days.
Come on. Oh, let's just move to that, because that was on the list. But that's a good segue right into the fact that Trump got tested positive for the virus just in time to miss the goddamn debate.